What's going on, guys? It's your boy Brent.
My name is Lizelle.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Brent.
My name is Lizelle, guys.
And welcome back to our channel, guys. So, for today's video, guys, we are going to react to another one of your suggestions. We are going to react on about what happened on June 15, 2020 in India. So,
yes, and this is recommended by a fellow subscriber. So thank you so much for message us through the email, guys.
yes, thank you so much for
Thank you
emailing
so much.
us, guys. And also, if you'd like to do the same, you can check out our social media and also our emails down at the description box down below if you have any suggestions as well.
And before that, guys, thank you so much for yesterday we're so surprised and amazed.
Yes, I mean, our videos yesterday went to about 10,000 views before the 24-hour mark.
Yeah,
so
thank you so much for
that,
supporting us, guys,
Yes.
and thank you so much for always watching our videos. So,
before we proceed, guys, you know the drill. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll be updated with our latest vlogs and reactions. And also, if you're gonna like the video by the end of this, let us know in the comment section down below, and also by hitting that like button.
yes, guys, so without further ado, let's get started.
When their father-like commanding officer was killed, 16th Bihar soldiers went deep inside China and killed everyone in sight. The story of their valor is now out. It has been a week since the Galwan Valley area of eastern Ladakh witnessed a violent face-off between the Indian Army and People's Liberation Army troops that resulted in unprecedented bloodshed near the line of actual control, the effective Sino-India border. In lack of clarity, the reports about the face-off have been filled with contradictions and gaps in the entire chain of events. But we now have a detailed account of what actually transpired on the fateful day. According to ANI, the face-off was triggered by a Chinese observation post at patrolling point 14 in the Galwan Valley area. The situation would soon escalate into a violent clash as a young Indian Army team decided to go across the line of actual control. The June 15 incident happened in the backdrop of a disengagement process 10 days after a Corps Commander level meeting between the two sides. It was in accordance with this disengagement process that the Chinese dismantled this observation post, but true to China's deceitful tactics, the post was up again overnight on June 14. The
Man, hold on. Let me just say this. Man. China seems to have this sort of. They sort of have this thing where they just can't keep to themselves. You know, they can't. They don't seem to obey the rules, the international rules regarding, you know, the peace treaty. Like, you know what happened? You know, like here in the Philippines, in the South Philippine Sea, the conflict there. You know, when there were just fishermen going over there, instead of just, you know,
help.
Yeah, instead of helping, or maybe instead of,
They neglect.
you know, they ran over a fishing boat, and then they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying all of the Chinese people are. Of course not. With how many billions of people there, I know there are not all of them are very bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of these guys that are in the forces are really, really way over the line. You know.
Yeah, instead of help, they choose to neglect.
And just like this one, they're already at the border. I don't know why they set up the outpost. I think it's because they want to watch over it or something. But then you had to go and actually kill an Indian troop, more or less the captain of that troop. They just don't have this control of just when they spot an enemy, you know, just say stop or something.
16th Bihar Infantry Battalion led by late Colonel Santosh Babu was required to ensure that the Chinese removed this post. Writing for India Today, Shiv Arur has stated that the commanding officer himself led a team that reached the Chinese observation post. Remember that though the atmosphere was tense due to the ongoing military standoff, there were no feelings of animosity or high tempers as yet. The PLA had, however, already planned a military confrontation, and when the Indian Army patrol team reached the spot with the aim of inquiring the reason for re-establishment of the Chinese observation post, they were met with new faces, striking immediate suspicion in the Indians.
Like I said, they don't really know when to give up. And they don't really know when to stop. to avoid conflict. It's like they're just asking for conflict. It's like they're just saying that, hey, we can bully you anytime we want. We're the Chinese. I don't care if you're
because I think they always think that they are so very powerful, so they can so that they for them it's so very
it's very easy to bully.
To bully.
That's just, and man, don't even try. Don't even think that you can bully India. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Man, if they go and retaliate, man, this is gonna be an epic war.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
PLA had sent a new set of troops, freshly diverted from a PLA exercise in China-occupied Tibet in the latter half of May. The first confrontation, the most innocuous of the three tussles, happened here. The new PLA troops were belligerent and rowdy against a professional Indian Army team led by the calm colonel.
Like I said.
The Chinese soldiers pushed Colonel Santosh Babu and hurled Chinese expletives at him, which paved the way for an hours-long clash. The Indian Army team became furious at their commanding officer being disrespected by the Chinese. After all, Indian soldiers have utmost affection for their commanding officers. To see your CEO get disrespected is no less than seeing your parents get abused. So, the 16 Bihar infantry troops pounced upon the Chinese and engaged in fist fights that lasted for half an hour. There were injuries on both sides, but the Indian side prevailed and the observation post was burned down and reduced to ashes. But the PLA had already invited the wrath of the Indian Army by assaulting Colonel Santosh Babu. Alarmed by the re-establishment of the Chinese post that was now dismantled and the new faces on the Chinese side as opposed to the usual friendly faces in the Galwan Valley region, a decision was taken to cross into the Chinese side. It is also possible that some unusual suspicious movement and troop build-up was detected on the Chinese side. The second phase of the violent face-off would happen when the Indian team crossed into the Chinese side. It was during this face-off that most of the casualties happened. India Today TV quotes an Indian Army officer deployed near the Shok Galwan confluence as saying, "The boys were angry and aggressive. You can imagine how much they wanted to teach a lesson to the aggressors." Colonel Babu's worries about the...
Man, I don't blame him. I don't blame the Indians for doing that, man.
Yes.
I mean, you have this upstarter of a captain from the Chinese one. Then he just acts like he owns the place. He just acts like they're the best armies out there. Man, look, I wouldn't even blame them if they just slapped them in the face with it, man. Sheesh.
Relax.
I'm getting pissed.
Sudden change in Chinese attitude came true as the new type of PLA troops were waiting in the positions on the banks of the Galwan River and also in positions up on a ridge. The Chinese troops started targeting the Indian soldiers with heavy stones. One of these stones struck the commanding officer, Colonel Santosh Babu, who fell into the fast-flowing Galwan River. Santosh Babu's death was like losing a father for these soldiers. Tempers ran high and uncontrolled after this incident. For the next 45 minutes, troops from both sides engaged in a bitter, violent face-off during which the bodies piled up. The Bihar Regiment Battalion was heavily outnumbered, a total of 100 Indian Army troops as against 300 to 350 PLA troops on the location. But as Mark Twain had said, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. The Bihar Regiment soldiers were ferocious and they stunned the Chinese with their bravery. The third phase of the face-off happened after 11 p.m. in the night when the Indian Army was joined by the Ghatak platoons from both the 16 Bihar as well as 3 Punjab regiment. The Ghatak platoons in the Indian Army battalions are shock troops who excel in close-quarter battles and spearhead assaults ahead of the battalion. The Indian Army troops went deeper into the Chinese side in order to ensure that aggressive PLA troops are prevented from coming close to the LAC. The fight was spread over a large area across different pockets across the LAC, as opposed to a mob battle at a particular point. Casualties happened during hand-to-hand combat and use of other melee weapons when men from both sides fell into the narrow Galwan River. Many got injured as they plunged onto heavy rocks that are common in the location of the violent face-off. Reports suggest that Indian soldiers entered a rage that China had not foreseen and they started fighting with bare hands and snapped necks of PLA soldiers. The iron rods and spiked nail bats used by the Chinese soon fell into the hands of the Indians. Heavy casualties have been inflicted on the Chinese, and 16 bodies were returned to them by the time the face-off ended. China had 16 initial casualties as compared to 3 initial casualties on the Indian side. One can only imagine the number of PLA troops who would have died, and also understand why China doesn't want to reveal the numbers. In an impromptu action, India gave China a bloody nose on the Chinese side after weeks of Chinese provocation despite talks. This only adds to the glory of the Bihar regiment, which had also fought the Pakistan army in the summers of 1999, exactly 21 years ago. The highly decorated regiment of the Indian Army is around 7 decades old and has participated in many wars like the 1948 war, the 65 war, the 1971 war, and the 1999 Kargil war. It has delivered every single time.
Nice. Ha. See? Told ya. Don't mess with India.
Don't mess
Man,
with
I
India,
said that on the previous
guys.
video, man. I told you guys, don't mess with India.
Yo.
I mean, this is just the thing that pisses me off regarding China, man. They just think they can bully anyone. They just
China
think
is-
they can. Look, I know our president right now is trying his best to, like, be friendly with China, be friendly with almost everyone in the world, man, except for the US, as we all know. Yeah, shout out Trump, dumbass. Anyways, yeah. So we're thinking that since China almost has this sort of aura within them that they think they're just bigger,
Yo,
they can just
that's
go about their business, and they don't want anyone messing their business. But now they're faced with India. And
don't mess with India, guys.
they didn't think for a second that
Yes.
India would fight back because of how friendly India is. As
Mm.
we all know,
India
Indians,
is very friendly.
yeah,
Yeah.
Indian is
unless-
well known for being friendly, guys. We all know that.
Yes.
But
unless
when
you,
push comes to shove, I mean, like that quote said, it's not the size of the dog,
dog.
but the size of the bite of the dog. man.
Yes, I really like
right.
that quote. What motivation? Motivation.
But anyways, guys, that was our reaction, man. If you feel the same way regarding China, man, let us know in the comment section,
Yes,
man.
guys.
And also, if you like our video, let us know by hitting that like button and in the comment section down below, guys. And also, if you have any other suggestions, feel free to let us know. We are going through it each and single time.
So yes,
We're just
guys.
actually, guys, we're having a little bit of a problem with our internet service provider.
Yeah.
Yeah, what up, Globe? What up, Globe? Yeah, you have until December, man. Our president already said so, man.
Yes, guys.
Stupid
So
internet.
thank you so much, guys, for always giving us a recommendation, guys, to react. It's such we have a lot receive suggestions from you guys. So thank you
That's right.
so
Thank you so much, man.
much.
Yeah, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in a bit.
Bye.